Good morning, my people in the south. Good day, my people in the east. My friends in the west, good afternoon. My friends in the north as well. How are you guys doing? I'm doing well. And today I'll be talking about our lovely customers. I came across something that piqued my brain on one of the articles I was reading, and I realized that through reading that article, I realized that the reason customers are buying our products and services, it's not the reason we are selling our products and services. So the reason why our customers are buying our products and services, it's not actually the reason why we are selling our products and services as entrepreneurs, innovators, and business owners. It's two different things. The customers are buying for their own reasons. We are selling for our own reasons. So we need to understand and meet them halfway somehow. As much as you understand that your customers are not going to buy because of the reasons that you think we're buying, if you can understand that, then you'll be able to crack what the customers need and what the customers understand about your product and your services. You're going to understand exactly what our customers are looking for in our services and products. So the reason they're buying is totally different to the reason we're selling. So today, I'm going to be touching base on customer service. What is customer service and how does it work? Previously, in the last 2, 3, or 4 episodes, I've been talking about, I think I spoke about law of division of innovation or theory of division of innovation. And then I came and spoke about building your products and services for the global market, considering that the customers that you're building for are not just going to be the customers in your street. And I think I also came and spoke about how to invest into 20% of your energy, or your how to use 20% of your work to impact 80% of your outcomes. Yeah, I spoke about that. So today I'm closing it off with customer service so that we fully understand this entire customer thing and we fully aware of what the customers need from us or from the services and products that we're selling to them. So the reason they're buying is not the reason you're selling. Now, excuse me, I would like to start with something that I promised that I'm going to be talking about soon, which I touched based on in one of the previous episodes, something called customer validation or customer discovery. I promised in one of the episodes that I'm going to talk about this customer discovery thing so that we understand what it is, we understand what it does, we understand how to do it. So what is customer discovery? Customer discovery or customer validation is a process where you as an innovator, you as an entrepreneur, you as a business owner, you go out and test the market. The market is the customers that are going to buy your product or service. You test the market by interviewing the customers, the potential customers, the people that you think are going to be interested in buying the product. You go out and interview them. You discover them in other ways. That's why it's called customer discovery. So you discover the customers that are going to buy this product. So say for example, I've given this example before, you are building a new vehicle that doesn't doesn't require a driver. This vehicle, it's noiseless, it doesn't make noise. This vehicle, it doesn't have wheels. I'm just giving a typical example so that we understand. So you're an innovator, you're building such a vehicle, and this vehicle talks to its passengers, and this vehicle also process the payment from the customers. This vehicle, the customers can tell the vehicle what they want, and the vehicle will be able to provide. This vehicle delivers the customers at the doorsteps of their workplaces, So you're building such a vehicle. It's an innovation. Let's assume. Now, before you can actually start building this actual vehicle, you're going to go out to the people that you think are going to be interested in using this vehicle. You interview them. By so doing, you'll be discovering them. You'll be discovering such customers. At the same time, these customers are going to give you feedback on what they think your vehicle is going to assist them with, feedback on what they think you should add as some of the benefits that they will need in the vehicle. Remember, the reason you're selling is not the reason they're buying. So you go out in the market, you go out in the field, you go out anywhere, you interview people about this product, that we are coming up with such and such a vehicle. This vehicle is going to do this, going to do that. We're solving this problem. What do you think of this product? What do you think of this new vehicle that you're building? What do you think of this new recipe that we're coming up with? What do you think of this new t-shirt that we're trying to design? So the people will be able to tell you what they think, will be able to tell you what they need, will be able to tell you the reasons for them that could make them, or that would make them to buy the service or the product. They will tell you during the process of customer validation. So at the end of the process of customer validation, you would have discovered your customers. You would have discovered what the customers need, what your customers want, what your customers wish for in such a service. That is customer validation. But because you've already collected their data, you've already collected their names, their contact details, and all of that, you will be able to make contact with these people. Immediately when the product is built and it's ready, you can still go and make contact with these people to come back and test, to come back and, be part of the testing process, get into the vehicle, test the vehicle, see if it gives what they said they wanted. That is the purpose of customer validation. So at the end of the production, who's going to buy, who's interested in buying. You would even be able to get the thing called LOI, letter of intent. So some of the customers might even say, we're intending to buy 100 units. Then you build knowing very well where you're taking your products to. So customer validation, customer discovery is very, very important. So you're doing it that way, you're doing it for that reason, and it will help you to know where you're taking the product to at the end of the process. That is what the customer validation is. It's designed for. So it will be able to give you direction in terms of what the customer needs. It will be able to link you with the customers. You will be able to collect data from the customers. These are the people that you are going to build for. And if these people are the early adopters, these people will be able to take it out to the entire market. They will be able to take it out to the early majority and so on and so forth. And your product will see a day of light quite quicker. You will cross the chasm quite quicker. And then your market will boom. They normally say that the market is booming. This guy has cracked it. His market is booming because you followed these processes. So that is that about customer validation or customer discovery. It's very important. So you need to first know your customer before they could actually be able to utilize or use your service or your product. So since you've done that, you will be able to know who's out there, who's out there, and what are they interested in, rather. What do they want to see from what you're building, rather. So you already got these customers' data, you already got the interest of this customer, and you know how the market will react to this thing, because they've already told you what they want. Now, you're ready to take out the product, you're ready to commercialize, go live, whatever you could call it. Now you are actually selling your services, you're actually selling your product. You need to start mastering, not learning or understanding. All of those things should be packaged in one. So you need to start mastering, because this needs to be mastered. So you need to start mastering, what do they call this thing? CRM, customer relations management. So you need to start mastering to manage your customers in terms of sales. Remember, you've went live, you are commercializing now, or you commercialized your products or your services. Now you need to know how to manage these customers, the relationship between you and these customers. You need to know how to manage the sales in relation or pertaining these customers. You need to know how to manage the after sales of the products that you offer into these customers. Remember, these customers have given you what they want from this product or service. They've given you their taste, they've given you their wishes. Now you need to know how to manage the relationship between you and them, the relationship between the service or the product and them. So they need to have some kind of a relationship, them and the product. They need to have some kind of relationship, them and you as the service provider or the company. So it's two different things that you need to understand. So it's between the company, which is you and them, and between the product itself and them. They need to have that relationship. How do you manage that relationship? So you need to master that. So before you could actually go into mastering the customer relations management, you need to understand that what kind of customers am I working with now? At what stage, at what segment of the division of this innovation am I in terms of understanding these customers? You need to know that I'm at the phase where I'm interacting with innovators. These are the first group or the first segment of this diffusion of innovation. You need to understand that so that you know these people understand this. If you move from innovators to early adopters, you need to know that I've now moved from innovators, I'm now working with early adopters. You need to know that, you need to understand that. If you don't understand that, then you'll have a problem with understanding what or at what stage you are, and understanding what these customers should be able to know and do, because these customers should be able to go out and market this thing on your behalf. So you'll be doing the 20% of the Pareto principle for these people to go out and do the 80% of the entire work for you. So you need to know how to master that. Now, the relationship between the customers and the company that offers them this service, you need to be creative with that, be able to communicate with these customers as a company, tell them who you are, what you do, make them understand that you know what they need. So you are at the best position to offer them what they need, make them understand that. So you can do that through different platforms of communications or different medium of communication through your customers. You can do that through advertising. You can talk to your customers through advertising. So you can run adverts either on mainstream media or social media or billboards. You can communicate with the customers through that. That is the communication between you and the customers. Let them know that you understand what they need, you understand their needs, and you are at the best position to offer them those solutions. So you'll be maintaining the relationship between you and these customers. Then the relationship between the customers and the product, you need to make sure that the product talks to the customer. So you will have a team that operates as the product on behalf of the product. Remember, the product doesn't talk. The product doesn't know all of these things. So you have a team that works like this product. This team talks like they are this product. So they communicate with these customers like they are this product. So the customer must feel that they are communicating to this product, not with the company itself that is offering the service. Imagine if you're a customer and you receive the service where what can I think of? Say you bought a new car. You bought a new car it's a new innovation. This car is new in the market. It has never been seen before. You bought this new car. And yesterday, the company that sold you the car was communicating with you, wanting to understand your experience, your comfortability around the vehicle itself, and so on and so forth. The next day, you get, you as a customer, you get communication. But this time, the communication is not from the company. It's from the car itself, But you know very well that the car did not type a message, or so there's group of people that are sitting behind the image of the car, and they talk like they are this car to you as a customer. Remember, you just got communication from the customer yesterday. Today you get communication from the product that you're using. It says, hello, my name is so and so. Thank you for allowing me into your life. I hope you're enjoying me and the services and the technology that I'm giving to you. I hope I'm solving most of your problems. I hope if there is anything that you need, please click here or press here and give me feedback. I will try and improve on that. You know how happy that customer will be. That customer will know that they are committed. They've got backup from the service provider. They've got backup and communication from the vehicle itself. And this communication should not break. So every time there's anything new, every time there's something that you want to notify the customer about the operation of the vehicle. There's people that buy vehicle and drive them for about a year or so without using certain features of the vehicle because they don't know how and what the features are for. You go into such features and say, hi, my name is so-and-so. This is that car. Did you know that if you press this button at the bottom of my steering, you'll be able to see this and this and that. Please try that now. And then they go and experience that. Then they'll know, hey, this car is able to talk to me. This car is... Then you're building a relationship between the customer and the vehicle. So the guy is able to, or the customer is able to go and experience something new on the product that he is using because the product is referring him to itself and to use it, for him to use it to the fullest, to the optimal level, So this is what you need to build in terms of customer relations management. So these two relationships are going to be cascaded down to other customers that say you have done this to your early adopters. The early adopters will definitely cascade this down to the early majority. That guys, this vehicle once a week it will talk to me. It will tell me the things that I don't know about it. Someday you send him a text and say, hi, my name is, say the vehicle's name is AJ. Yeah, my name is AJ again. How are you doing, my friend? So this vehicle talks to its owner, or maybe build a vehicle that when the new driver gets into a vehicle, the vehicle prompt them to give it a nickname. So the driver will give the vehicle a nickname on the screen. Then your systems will receive that nickname. So every time the vehicle, or say, let's say the vehicles prompt the driver to give it this is a brand new vehicle, to give it a nickname, and the vehicle gives the driver a nickname as well. So they both call each other with those names. So every time the driver gets into the car, the vehicle greets him with that nickname. The guy greets the vehicle with the nickname. And every time the vehicle wants to talk to the guy, it will say, hello, so-and-so. quoting his nickname. And the guy will definitely cascade this down to the early adopters. That this vehicle talks to you, this vehicle teaches you about itself. Sometimes you send an SMS or a text, let's just say a text, a short message service to the driver and say, please check at this compartment of the vehicle. This is how you can read this. You can read about the fuses. You can, there's so many things that you can teach your customers about the vehicle, from the tire to the paint to the windscreen to the wipers, how to change them, you're building the relationship. Do you know how comfortable the users and the drivers are going to be about the vehicle? Because they know that these vehicles or these products communicate with us, talks to us. That is the power of CRM, customer relations management. And the early majority will definitely cascade it down to the late majority. And you've captured the entire market already before you know it. You won't even feel the chasm. You won't even feel that you are actually crossing the chasm. So the next thing is understanding, or since you understand customer validation, you understand CRM, customer relations management, you got to be able to be at the level where you do not need to read anywhere to understand the type of customer that you're receiving. Immediately when you receive a new customer, you know what they need, you know what they want, you know what they wish for, you know what you are going to offer them, you know how they're going to react to everything that you're offering them. So those two things would have built you enough to understand the reason why your customers are buying. You can actually tell the customers their reasons to buy before they actually tell you. That's very important. You know how customers feel when you tell them their reasons to buy before they actually tell you. They would understand how much you have invested into learning and understanding them as your customers. And these are the most part of your business, the most important part of your business. If the business doesn't have customers, there's no business. So customers are the most important part of your business. I myself, I have done a lot pertaining customer services, pertaining customer satisfaction. I've worked with many customers in different fields. I have done quite a lot in terms of understanding CRM, in terms of understanding the reason the customers buy. I mostly understand why customers buy certain services and products. I actually received several or multiple awards about and around customer satisfaction. I got in my previous job. I had a job and a business, which I had a job and a business at the same time, so they were running concurrently. At my job, I was working mostly with customers. Every day I was working with customers, internal and external customers. So my internal customers were different departments which needed my services. And external customers were obviously other departments or other service providers from outside of the company I was working for. So I had an opportunity to learn more around that. And I had another business where I was working with customers directly every day. This was direct selling kind of business where I was selling product directly to the customers. So I won awards here related to what I was doing in terms of direct selling association regulations. I won awards, like I became top distributor of the products, number one in the province, I think twice in this business. This side, in my employer or at my employer, I won regionally in my province. I think it was in 2014. I won Best Customer Satisfaction Award it came to me. So Best Customer Satisfaction Award came to me for the entire province in my country. So I was responsible for the province. So the award was 1% for the province. Who is that 1% in the entire province, in the company, who's good in customer service management, customer relations management, and most of his customers were satisfied and they voted for him for this award. And I got the first position. That was in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I got that award twice in a row. And then I went and won the same award nationally, like the entire country, the entire South Africa, in that company. When they called for the winner for the award, like they labeled in such a way that I was blown away. They labeled the criteria for the person who's going to win this award, which were supposed to be met. And I met all of those criteria. And one of the things that they said, because the award was announced by the CEO's office, so one of the things that they've highlighted to be met as a requirement was that this person needs to be voted by his own customers. So this person needs to be voted by these customers that is serving. So these people have voted this person in because they know how much work he has done or he's doing in terms of customer satisfaction and customer relations management. And I became the winner nationally, the entire country. I was the winner for the Customer Satisfaction Award. So I've got 3 of those awards, 2 regionally in the province, 1 nationally for the entire South Africa. And that gave me a heads up to say, I'm actually good at this. I'm just taking it for granted, but I'm actually good and I understand the CRM. I understand what it takes for a customer to be understood. I understand the things that you need to do, the things that you need to show for the customer to say, yeah, no, I'm fully satisfied with your service. I'm fully satisfied with the information that you shared with me for me to understand why I need to buy this product. At the same time, I think because I'm good in selling, it was quite easier for me to grasp the entire concept of CRM. Because I can sell myself to you, obviously, for you to understand me and buy me. It's very easy for me to do that. So I think that helped me a lot in terms of being the winner of such an award, and I became the best in the country for customer satisfaction. So I'll one day I'll run an episode that shows all of those awards. I'll display the awards here for people to see. So before I go, bring you into my journey of smart skipping as tagging you along on this journey. Last episode, I think I ended up at the time when I pitched for the finals. And I won. Actually, I went through from semi-finalist to finalist. I became a finalist, and I think we were 15 and they wanted only 8 people or 8 businesses. So I was one of the 8 businesses that they wanted. And then we went through to the finals now. Those were the finals to be shortlisted from semi-finalists to finalists. So we became 8 finalists, and then we were able to be given an opportunity to pitch for the minister of the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. So, and his the other dignitaries in that department. So we were able to do that. And I remember the day, those are the days when we got our awards as finalists, all 8 of us. And then out of the 8, they wanted top three of the 8, which we all got the same awards. We got equal amounts of money. And then the other 3 were like quite special and unicorn projects or products that they were building. And then they got selected and they went and participated in the furthermore of the program, in the furthermore activities of the program in Turkey. Turkey as a country. So they went to Turkey, all the 3 guys went to Turkey to participate in the further activities of the program. And we were celebrated on the day. So I remember the day when we pitched in front of the minister. The minister's table and his crew was just next to the stage, and then we were briefed. We what do they call this? What is this word? Where you go and practice your speech, sort of your pitch. Yeah, we rehearsed our pitch. Rehearsing. This is the word I was looking for. So we rehearsed our pitch. And then during the day we rehearsed our pitch, and we later went in, and then the ceremony started, and everyone was in and seated, and then we agreed with the MC of the ceremony to like on how the program is going to go and how they're going to call us on stage to pitch and so on. And then I knew I was going to be called, I think, on the third place. So there was the first guy. So they asked us who wants to go first. Someone was like, yeah, I'll go first. Second, and I think I took the 4th space or position to go 4th. And then we knew that they're gonna call us in that sequence. And the guys went and then decided to rearrange the positions. So they surprised us. So they called us according to them, not according to what we agreed on, just to see if we were really and truly ready. So they called the first guy, and then I was second. And I think the hall was packed with about 200 people. If I'm not mistaken, about 200 people were part of the entire thing. These are investors as well. These are the minister is the minister's office, the CEOs of companies, and they call this other guy. He went first, and then he pitched, and I listened to him, and I was like, but there's 2 more guys before him, so I can prepare myself. This is how I'm gonna do it. So the first guy did it this way, so I'll do it this way. So I'm still relaxing, and I even forgot that I'm still settling in to absorb how am I gonna change my pitch from what I've rehearsed based on what the first guy has done. So I took his challenging moments, like when he was talking, he was doing a lot of and then I took those challenges that he had on stage, and then I worked on them within me quickly, knowing that I won't be for me to avoid that, then I'll use this method, I'll use this approach. And this is all in my head. As I was still doing that and relaxing, they called my name, so I was next. I was like, whew. Then I had to go now. I'm a bit confused, because I don't know which method I'm going to use, because I was just trying to rehearse the new method that I was going to use, the new approach that I was going to use. So if you're watching this and you once pitched, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But if you have never pitched anywhere, you will not understand exactly what I'm saying. So I went in, and then I did my pitch, and it was well done. And I couldn't even believe myself. So at the end of that, then we were awarded our awards and checks, cash money checks, and then yeah, so that was that. And from the next episode, I'll take you through the journey the journey after all of those processes were done, and how far we've went, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'll take you through the next page of the entire journey now on the smart skipping. So before I close, or in closing, check out the support programs that are now available on the Innovation Bridge portal. There's plenty, guys. There's plenty of programs. I think these programs are preparing all entrepreneurs that want to participate for the next year's cohort. So there will be more cohorts taken next year in January, February. So these programs are open for that. Check them out and apply. There's so many programs that are loaded on the Innovation Bridge portal. We can't let this slide. We can't let these opportunities slide. So let's apply as many as we can and then see what happens next year in January. With that being said, I will see you next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next person talks about the careless disposal of garbage in townships and villages, and how it results in pollution in our rivers and eventually affecting marine life. Ladies and gentlemen, an introduction then to the founder of Adam Virgo, Adam Mengele.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's a great honor. The social problem we are tackling to solve, it's basically the problem where our communities in our society are throwing waste, households, solid waste everywhere and anywhere, haphazardly and illegally, which affects our environment. And even in the availability of municipality supplied skip bins, which have been there for the past maybe 100 years without being developed or changed, they still throw waste everywhere around those particular bins. And the municipalities have tried really to solve this problem, because according to the CSIR report, in 2017, each municipality annually have spent an average of around 107 million rands to try and solve this problem. And we are coming up with a solution to say we are developing a smart skip bin which will motivate, encourage and reward the users every time they drop waste into the bin by offering them reward points